Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. How many dimes do you know personally? All right? And I was moved to do this because a lot of times, anytime I talk about dimes and what they do, I get somebody saying, nah, they don't do that, they don't do that. And, my question would be, how many of you know personally to say what they do? Right? Because the thing is, so many dudes put them on pedestals. You don't really know them. You're not going out. Do you go to parties, dude? Seriously. And if this don't apply to you, let it slide. But no, you get too many dudes. They know. And I'm like, know from what? Watching on celebrities? How many have you known personally? And I'll make it easy. They don't have to be a dime because they rare. Right? Because I don't party like I used to. And I'm going to get into that party thing in a second. I don't see him as much. Right? So I say any woman that rates an 8 and above, top tier, what most people going to consider top tier, right? We know what they look like. Pretty faces, nice bodies, personalities all over the place, which I'm going to get into. But how many of you know personally? See, the big problem is a lot of dudes putting them on pedestals. I'm like, they just some women. You know what a dime is? These dimes, these top tier women, they're a woman who's had some fortunate genetics for a face that's going to appeal to most people. And typically they work out in the gym to keep their bodies right. That's it. So you know what? They have some fortunate genetics with their face and they work out enough with their bodies, right? But dudes be acting like they like some goddesses on Mount Olympus or something, or wherever your like heaven is, like angels that just came down and something, and they just so much above it. See, that's the biggest problem dudes got, man. Stop putting these women on pedestals, man. Oh, they had some fortunate genetics and some good gym habits. That's it. And maybe they disciplined in how they eat. And in fact, the reason they might have good gym habits is because they played ball or something. A lot of them been jocks or something. In other words, they regular people. Let me tell a story, right? I remember my freshman year in college, right? We sitting at the table and we doing what freshmen and sophomore dudes do at a college campus. Anybody who's lived on campus probably did this. Especially you checking out the women coming out the lunch line. Now, this one woman came out and she was a distance away. I couldn't just yell over the cafeteria to her, right? I knew her. And I saw her, and these dudes at the table going crazy over that. Man, she is so beautiful. She fine. And I was just casual, yeah, I know. Right? And they say, nah, she would never talk to you and all of that shit. And I just laughed at dude, because little did the dude know that very woman he's putting on a pedestal had helped carry my suitcases into my room. She came up to me and asked me, hey, you need help? When I started college. Because it was a situation, I went up there for orientation and just didn't go back home. So I had to move my suitcases and all my little bit of stuff from this house we were staying in. A bunch of people were staying in to the dorm. And she helped. She's like, I'm up there struggling with this shit. She was like, hey, you need help? Me and her were cool the rest of the time. There was another time in college like that. Everybody's going crazy over this woman, Hispanic woman. They were losing their mind. They say she's so beautiful and all that. And then when she sat down across from me at this table, mouths were hanging over. I'm like, ain't no big deal. These people are human. Because see, here's the thing. Somebody would say, and I know some people will say, well, Rom, how you know all these women? Dude, okay, look. I said in a video a couple while ago, I've been approached twice to be a model, worked for a modeling company briefly, used to sell books at fashion shows. I've worked at several gyms where, these fine women actually work out at. I used to party like crazy, even sponsor some parties. Here's some game for you. Here's some game for y'all. You want to, if one of the ways, there's some game. You want to get some women, sponsor a party. Trust me, you sponsor a party, somebody gonna come up to you. I don't care who the woman is. It ain't even about money, because women are attracted to leaders, people running shit. Women will find that dude, the dude who's sitting here orchestrating shit, women will go crazy over. So that's some free game for y'all. Be a party promoter. Any party promoters on here, Tell me if I'm wrong. But anyway, you meet them at parties, because I promoted a couple parties. Yeah, just some relatively small house parties. They weren't hotel parties, but I used to party more. I don't party now as much, but at the same time, I'm thinking about getting back into it. It could be a lucrative field, especially nowadays. Charge like $30 a head. Make sure everybody come in there clean up. No tennis shoes. Already got the DJ lined up. Especially if you're in the DMV. All y'all people in the DMV area, I'm just waiting for the right moment. Because I gotta make sure it ain't a sausage party. So I'm trying to build up some women to actually show up for some of y'all. All right. But anyway, right. So I used to just meet all these women. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. Also too, a lot of dimes and stuff, people keep forgetting. They so busy putting them on a pedestal. A lot of these women work for a living. Because I've worked retail too. I've met quite a few working retail. These are ordinary women, right? All the way around. Plus, I've been in college and beyond that. You meet these women, man, and they're human. See, that's the big problem. That's really the big problem. People think dimes won't approach, or they won't do this, or they only going to deal with that. Because have you talked with one? Or two or three, or really a lot. I've talked with a whole lot of women, 8 or above. Like I said, dimes ain't that numerous. All right? May have personally known maybe 50 in life. All right? But if you say 8 and above, then we get into the hundreds. All right? And that's just, like I said, I'm just in a position to know them. I mess with social networks and circles where they're going to be. Could punch back into them right now if I really feel like it. All right? But I don't want to do it unless I'm making money from it. All right. But when you sit down and actually talk to these women, they got the same personalities, man. It was a very beautiful woman who told me about the X-Files. Now, usually a lot of dudes say, nah, they don't like that nerdy stuff. I remember how she said, Rom, you got to check out this show called X-Files. I mean, she was telling me about it and everything. And there was another very beautiful woman. I'd say guys would probably consider her about pretty face. I'll say guys will probably consider her about a 9, right? She lectured me on the first Avengers movie. Lectured my brother. She lectured. She didn't just tell me about it. She broke down archetypes and everything. I was like, damn, man. If BGS heard that, he'd give her a standing ovation the way she broke shit down, right? And then I knew another one. In fact, me and her, shit. Man, I haven't talked to her in a while though, but she like a giant Barbie doll and shit. But we would talk basketball and stuff because she had played basketball in high school. She was kind of tall. She's about 5'10", and she'd be breaking people. She was just like talking about how she break people's ankles and whatnot. Dude, in fact, there's an urban model out there. I ain't gonna call her name, but she had played basketball in high school. Man, these dimes, everybody be putting them, these dimes got normal personalities, man. Even some of the groupies, I actually knew a groupie, man, but this groupie, shoot. This particular woman who had been a groupie, you can't eat I can't eat my buffalo wings around her. She'll guilt me the whole time. As soon as I take it, well, do you know what they do with chickens? She'll show you a video and everything. And this woman knew a bunch of pro athletes in DC. I'm just like, damn. They got personalities. And see, here's the key with that. Here's the key. If they got personality, they got interest and stuff. Like the one I said lectured me about the Avengers. If you hit her on that level, she gonna at least talk to you. If you hit her, she the type get into cosplay and everything. She gonna hit it with you. Or the basketball players. If you start talking to them about some ball or something, shit, they'll get into it. They will get into it. They can tell you. You sit there have a conversation about the NBA or college with them. All right? It's like, I knew this Argentinian. Real fine. Me and her talking politics. And my point is, right? It's not they all chasing ballers. Some of them are. Shoot. And in fact, I'll put it like this. A lot of the ones chasing ballers All of them ain't all that. They could just fix up real good, man. I'm just be real with you, man. I met quite a few of those types too. And some of them, a lot of them ain't really dimes. A lot of them, would be surprised how many, some of them, a couple will be dimes, 9s, 8s. Some of them just adjustable 7s who really know how to fix up. That's the real talk. But my point is, once you get to know them, you realize that to attract them, you don't necessarily have to be it. Like the baller chicks, think about it. How many ballers are there? How many high-level men making millions are there? They don't need that many women. Even the groupies, that groupie thing, that's a subculture. First of all, most of y'all ain't gonna meet them anyway. Or if you do meet them because the groupies are looking for money, you ain't gonna deal with them. But you got plenty of women who got the same level of attractiveness and more. You know what? They work at cosmetic counters. They work as servers. You know, they in the gym. Shoot, they shooting baskets or something. You know, when they want to go out, they fix up. They go to parties and everything. But they all talking about something. Another very attractive woman I know, and she an older woman. She an older woman, right? Shoot, you gotta like, you better be talking business when you talking with her. Right? And yet know another one. You talking with her? Shoot. You better be talking about your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And my point with listening to those examples, you know, you know what? They all got their preferences and stuff, but to hook them, you got to have a certain personality. And then once you actually talk with them, you realize, okay, other than that fortunate genetics, they just regular people. They eat shit, fart like everybody else. They got corny jokes. Some of them can make you laugh. Some of them corny. Shoot, some of them, they just want to be in business. They would just want to do some dumb stuff. Some crazy. They just regular people. And then once you understand that, then you understand. It was like, oh, wait a minute. And here's something else interesting about them. A lot of them don't even think of themselves as dimes or whatever. Or you even say it to them. Like I remember this one sister. Now she is a straight dime. And I said that to her. I said, you ever been called a dime? She said, yeah. She was kind of shrugging it off like whatever. And she that type as far as her physical appearance, using BGS's scales, probably 87 as far as the economics or something. She just trying to be wifey. In fact, that was my nickname for her because I said she be the type of dude don't mind working hard and bringing the money home too. All right? But they normal, man. You just talk with them. They got this shit they into, opinions, political candidates. Then once you understand that they normal, and then you can mess with them because the biggest single mistake dudes make with these women is they put them on a pedestal, or you can't act cool around them because you looking at them like they some goddess or something. No, they got fortunate genetics. And they work hard in the gym. If you remember those two things. And it's like, come on. And people will say, and you know, I've said before, I've been approached a lot by dimes and like women on that level. And they be looking at me like, oh, how's that happen? Because I don't be tripping with them. And I look interesting to them. And when they talk to me, I don't even be tripping off their looks, be staring at them, drooling and shit. You know, they approach. I want to know what's on their mind. Because I've been around enough to know some are crazy. See, that's the big thing, man. Take them off that pedestal, man. They human. Then once you do that, then it becomes easy as hell. You can deal with them. In fact, some women like that. I remember a former beauty contestant went out with a few times. She said she actually liked it because I just fuck with her like, I basically treat her like the same way I would treat somebody who was a fool. I wasn't nervous around her or anything. Joked with her. You know. That's the key. So if you're a person who knows that, then you ain't tripping. You ain't tripping if, you understand. And every single one of them got working vaginas. Which means at some point they want a penis in it. And they not always going to be picky about it. Like the model I said was a big Christian and stuff. You better read her a Bible verse or something. If you want to get up in her, put a ring on it. Well, actually, somebody did put a ring on it. But shit, she wasn't gonna make that shit easy. Shit. You know, everybody got, look, here's the bottom line with some dimes, man. They're still human. They got a person, all of them got a personality preference that they want in a mate. A set of behaviors that they want in a mate. A set of interests that they want in a mate. He could be sports, it could be religion. It could be like checking out the Avengers. But they all want that. Just remember that, all right? So anyway, that's all I got. Just think about it. Take them off the pedestal. All right? I'm going to reiterate. Take them off the pedestal. They just had good facial genetics and good gym membership. They work out in the gym. That's about it. All right? So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.